Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to be giving my attempt at professional casting a go here. I played a game this morning against one of my good Terran friends, Monsieur NIco. He's a Master 1 Terran player from Europe. He's currently sitting at around 4,900 MMR, and I played him. I was playing random, so I Zerg. But I felt like this was a good game to give this a try on because the game itself was actually extremely intense, which it usually provide for the best matches. So, all right, let's give this a go. I'm gonna turn the sounds up a little bit. That way we can make sure we can hear it pretty well. All right. In the bottom left-hand corner, representing my stream clan and all of Europe, he is NIco. And in the top right-hand corner, everybody's favorite streamer. No, I'm just kidding. Some random scrub. It is me. Wow. So, NIco over here going to be going for a gas first, I want to say. Actually, it kind of looks like a Rax first. I can't really tell. I think it is a Rax first, though. I'm going over here. Groovy's going to be going for a pool first. Usually. Now, on this map, specifically, you do a little 13-12, just speed only, because the reactor in the wall, while it's building, 3 Zerglings attacking it, kill the reactor faster than it can build. SCV Scout going to be coming out here. Going to be trying to see if I'm going for that hatch first or not. In a minute, he's going to be a little bit discouraged to find that I'm not, because I usually never cheese, and because these are practice games. I rarely ever cheese in practice games. But I was doing a very spawn-specific build. He sees what's coming. Decides to pull the SCV back. Doesn't really need much more info. CC's on the high ground. Very safe tactical expansion choice from our friend here. Now, he should be getting a second depot rather quickly because he does want to finish that wall off. And now this is what we'd hope for. Now, the correct response to this, in my opinion, is for you to lift the barracks and put it in the wall. That way, and just go ahead and get your reactor later. I think he might be going for a depot here. Actually, no, as a factory. Okay. Now, I probably should have gone right in with the links, but I think I'm making speed. Yeah, I'm waiting on my link speed. Second hatcher going to be going down. Groovy takes off gas. I got to stop saying me. First queen going to be coming out here, getting that inject off. Going to be starting to produce those drones. Now, we'll see what happens here. Reaper going to be trying to pick off some of these Zerglings. Going to be trying to make it a little more hectic for the Zerg player to actually get anything done with him. So, in terms of unit count, he actually only has 1 Reaper and 1 Marine. So, if this Reaper dies, Link Speed's about to finish. It is done. The Reaper does go down. It only kills 1 Zergling. So, now it's 7 Lings against a singular Marine. Now, we're going to go up this ramp. And again, right as I was talking about earlier, the reactor can be taken down by 3 Lings attacking it. Here we go. Grants are going to be finishing into an orbital and gets a solid wall off right behind. Now, and there's only 2 Lings. Actually, I guess there's 3. I thought there was only 2 in the game. Lings were at the surface area in here. NIco going to be coming out here with a very solid defense, clutching that wall up in the end. Turn these back down a tiny bit. All right, bunker going to be coming up here now. Probably going to be immediately salvaged, I would guess, because there's not very much going on past this point. Drone going to be going down to take the 3rd hatchery, as well as a couple drones we can put on the natural. Our Terran player has a solid worker lead, which means this opening was not very successful for the Zerg player over here. Now, Hellion going to be coming out here, poking these Lings away. A second Hellion as well. Going to make sure the first one has no chance of dying. Of course, Groovy over here just trying to keep the pressure on. Really wants to know when the second command center lands. Overlord going to be getting it onto that pervert pillar. Now on the Zerg side of the map, we see the creep spread being started up here. The scan comes out, sees that there is no gas being mined, which generally is an indicator of more queens. More queens, very good early game defense versus Terran. Now there's a little bit of a supply block coming out here for the Zerg player at 36. 2 Overlords on the way. One's about to finish. It wasn't that bad of a supply block. There we go. A couple more drones being started up, and the Zerg player is taking the worker lead again. A 3rd command center now for the Terran player. This means that the Terran player is looking to make moves at like the 7 to 8 minute mark in the game. I'm talking, that's when the power strides are going to start to hit. That's when that early economy is going to start to give him an advantage that he can use. Now, 3 queens so far for the Zerg player, taking every queen off of the bases. really wanting to focus on getting that creep spread out. It is something I do love to do. Creep spread, I think creep spread is I think it's a good indicator on both sides for where the game is at. If the creep is good, the Zerg player feels in a controlling position. If the Terran is able to keep the creep back without the creep respreading, they feel like they're actually doing a lot more damage. Hellions going to be coming in here, trying to deny some creep. And going to be running back a little bit. Now, if we look back at the Terran side of the map, there's going to be a stim pack starting up as well. So we should see either double eBay or a couple more barracks coming down rather quickly. But I'm assuming it's going to be double eBay based on the fact he's floating quite a bit of gas. I would like to see... Okay. Reactor going to be going for some Widow Mines. Hellions looking for these extending creep tumors. Now, the Zerg player going to be going, did lose an Overlord, getting a supply block, going to be going for that 4th base now, up to 46 drones. Not quite as healthy as he would like it yet, but I think, well, you know, within the couple minutes after that opening, you expect to be a couple drones behind. Opening did not go in favor of our Zerg player. All right, Hellion's going to be coming over here, poking these creep tumors, actually doing a very good job at creep denial. Now, as long as he doesn't lose any Hellions, this is okay. Now, each scan, by the way, worth 270 minerals. That's how important it is to clear creep as a Terran player, because you're losing a lot of economy to even clear this, but it is a semblance of map control in itself. Viking over here, scouting for Overlords, has already killed one. Barely misses the second one. Now, the double eBay, as we were talking about earlier, comes out from NIco. A little bit later than he normally likes to get it. I know NIco very well. He usually likes to get 420-ish double eBay. He likes to play very, I'm not gonna say greedy, but pretty greedy. Like he loves his upgrades. All right, Hellion's gonna be coming out here. I think he's thinking about doing a Hellbat push now because we see the armory is halfway done while one has just started, and there's 2 medevacs. So I'm assuming these 2 medevacs are gonna ferry these Marines up there. Stim pack is already completed. Yes, it is. On the side of the Zerg player, we have double Evo chamber going down, as well as a macro hatchery. A little bit of mismining coming out here on the main. Hellion's still just going to be denying that creep. The creep kind of starting to extend out now. Now there's going to be extra gases are being taken. It's going to look kind of like a Mutiling Bane style of play. A couple Hellions being taken down here. The Queens, Brenda, and then her knitting crew putting in that work. The medevacs with the Marines now coming across. Not as many Marines as there probably should be, but he does have a good economic standing. Anytime a Terran player is even on workers with the Zerg, that is always a good sign. So, over here, we do see the Zerg player getting ready for this push. He doesn't know exactly what's coming, but he does know something is on its way. A couple extra drones being produced here and there. Now, the Zerg player would like to be at like 80 to 90 drones dealing with this. All right. So, the Queens spot the medevac. A couple Lings go to the bottom. Extra safety banes are being made, as well as another round of safety Lings. And we see double medevac boosting into the main. A massive Hellbat drop coming in here. Gonna try to do some economic harassment. Kill some of these drones. Roasting and toasting. Barbecuing these drones. At the same time, a little Marine hit squad going into the 4th. Doesn't decide to use the Viking. I like to see him go in the mineral line and kill these couple drones, but it's okay. Queens fighting these medevacs in here. Baneling's gonna be able to take out 2 of the Hellbats, reducing the potential threat of these units. Ling's getting surrounded all of the Marines, actually, so the Marines are not able to become an annoyance later on. Does save 1 Hellbat. Now, NIco floating quite a bit of money. It's okay. It does start producing now. We should see his 2-2 start rather soon. 3rd base already fully established. Mules being dropped, and so we should be seeing 2-2 and a 4th at some point. Triple turret going down. He does know that I like to play mutas, so this does make sense. I usually do play Mutiling Bane in my matchups, if I can. As speak of the devil, there goes Aspire. Now, the rallies for the Zerg player, not very good. They're kind of off-center. The creep actually extending out of the map now, giving Groovy a little bit of map presence. All right. A small Ling Bane squad coming in here. Gonna be trying to pick off these Marines. Doesn't do quite as well as it should. There should be a couple more Banes here. You always want to make Banes here. Tries to manually detonate the Banelings. Misses 1 on the last Widow Mine, and that mine gets 13 kills. What a fucking hero. All right, the Ling Bane going to be coming in, engaging these couple Marines again. Not quite enough here to actually do anything. NIco starting his 2-2, his Marauder production as well. Should be seeing a couple more medevacs and a 4th command center, 3/4 of the way done. Still using the resources he has to continuously clear this creep, which is always a good thing. On Groovy side, Overseer's coming out to clear this. 2-2 just started for the Zerg player, so there will be about a 30-second window where the Terran player is going to start trading extremely effectively versus the Zerg. Now, NIco actually up in SCVs, which means that he has the economic freedom to do whatever he wishes. Now, I think Groovy's playing a little too defensively, or myself. Kind of a little weird talking about myself in the third person, but... Okay. Creep being respread after, you know, NIco doing a very good job of keeping the creep back. Another double eBay being made. I think this is for a wall. Yes, it is. Engineering base costs less than a barracks, but they have almost as much health, only 150 less. Very good to use for walls to stop baneling run-bys. Like, if he was planning to take this as his 5th, I wouldn't even mind seeing a 3rd eBay here. That way, baneling run-bys are not nearly as effective. They don't cost that much. They only cost 25 more minerals than supply depots. And so, like, for example, right, 2 eBays is 250 minerals, whereas this is the same surface area as 3 supply depots. So, and 3 supply depots would be bust by 5 banelings. A little baneling counterattack going to be queued up to roll into the 3rd here. Creep finally extending its way back into the middle of the map. Usually, I think I like to have my creep a little further out than this at this point. Muta's finally being added to the field. A couple lings kind of sacrificing themselves to the blood gods over here. Baneling run by over here kills 20 workers. This is an amazing run by. NIco knocked down to 67. Still a very doable amount. He's got 30 SCVs on his 4th. He can always transfer back over. At the same time, NIco going for the 5th base. Groovy engaging with Ling Bane. There's going to be... It is on creep, so this should be a favorable fight for the Zerg player. A couple of mutas from the 4th coming back. Not really rallied in the best position. Going to eat a Widowmine shot, and here comes the Ling Bane. Amazing Widowmine hits, but in the end, it does get cleaned up. Muta's going to go to work clearing up these Liberators, and the bio going to be dropping back out on the edge of creep like normal. These creep queens should be coming to respread this creep rather soon, I would hope. And we see Overlord speed for the Overseers and an Infestation Pit. Hive is on the menu for our Zerg player here. All right, NIco coming back out, microing his heart out, trying to see what all he can get done. Thors are now out on the field. Very good counter to Mutalisks. So we should be seeing from NIco soon a Ghost Academy and or a 5th base. Usually one of the two. You want to transition somewhat into Liberators or Ghosts, but I would like a 5th base before we think about Liberators because of the money. I think you want to have a little more economy before you start investing on the Liberators. Ghosts are doable off 4 bases, but Liberators are usually, unless you're like immediately starting them, Liberators and Thors are kind of really expensive. You'd like to have that 5th base economy up and running. The Zerg player finally got to a good drone count, sitting comfortably at 92. The only thing lacking at this point is the creep spread. Going ahead and taking a 6th base. I would like to see a 7th one in the bottom. Creep Queen should be doing a little more work. I think we're going to see some counterattacks pretty soon. These banelings, where are they queued up to go? Queued up to attack the supply depot and then going to the planetary. A Marauder drop going to be getting a cancel on the 6th hatch. Banelings doing their run by. Planetary taking out a couple in the back and barely not enough banelings to kill this planetary. Completely waste of a run by. The Terran player trading favorably, 4,000 in his favor. Now, usually speaking, the Terran player does tend to trade a little bit better than the Zerg player, but the economic... NIco is just staying on 4 bases for a little too long. Very well done with the pre-split by NIco. We're trying to wait on this creep to receipt, only sending a couple Marauders forward. The Muta is going to work on these turrets. Oh, they do finally get the last one. They do have +1 on their upgrades, so they are a little more deadly. SCV is going to start to be taken out. At the same time, the Zerg player is engaging the Terran army. Gets some amazing baneling connections despite the pre-split. And at the opposite side of the map, the Mutas all die. So it ends up being probably a little bit favorable for our Terran player. But at the same time, there was quite a few. 15 more SCVs went down. So NIco having that amazing bank will most likely recover from this very quickly. We should be seeing a lot more production being added on. 3-3 as well as adrenal glands being started for our Zerg player. Hive is done, which means we should be seeing some transition into Broodlords and or Ultras at some point. Also, we do need 3-3 to match with the Terran Bio 3-3. I don't have... There is no banelings out on the field. Excuse me, I am wrong. It's 10 total. Probably should be a few more. coming up soon. Oh, NIco actually sniped the Baneling nest. That is actually huge. Now, the whole time, these Banelings are being specifically controlled, trying to get hits on Marines, but the important part is to not let them all die, because you need the Banelings to threaten the bio. So, specifically, commanding and controlling them is uber important. Alright, creep is being respread. Now, these creep queens have been alive all game. I would like to see a couple more injects coming out from our Zerg player. He seems to be lacking in a bit of larvae. 87 drones still fine. The 6th base being reestablished in the top left corner. NIco, at the same time, going to be establishing his 5th base. And going to start his parade push across the map. Here comes a massive stem. Wants to be taking out these creep queens. Groovy not really reacting. Not really paying much attention to his knitting crew. Going to be saving a couple of the queens. Should be a couple more Banelings being started. 17 on the way. And now, how will the fight go? This army supply is massively in favor of our Terran player by about 20. And with 3-3 done, our Terran player should be trading extremely effectively here. The Banelings come rolling in. Walk past the Marauders and still land on the Marines. A pretty good cleanup from the Zerg player. There should be some creep being respread. The base did go down, however, so this does hurt the mining player of the Zerg. The mining potential of the Zerg player. Now, a couple drones should be transferred to the 6th, considering they have quite a bit of time before this hatchery is rebuilt. And the creep definitely needs to be respread. There is going to be pushes that keep being thrown down this side of the map as long as there is no creep here. Now, Groovy looking like he wants to attack, but doesn't really know where a 5th base is. If we check his vision, yeah, he has not seen a 5th base. Couple changelings going to do some scouting. Bio going to be clearing creep through another side of the map. Now, amazing Widow Mine hits as well. NIco trading extremely favorably in these engagements, especially with this 3-3. Now, the Zerg's 3-3 is really close to finishing. A drop is in the top place. We see a massive F2 coming out from Groovy. Not as characteristic. I feel like I don't F2 quite that often. So, there's definitely a massive mistake from the Zerg player. The hatchery does go down on the top, and all of these trades are going amazingly for NIco. We should be seeing some worker transference soon. He's mining 16 out of 6 on the nat, as well as he has 3 just chilling in his main, 20 out of 16 on the 4th, and 14 out of 8. You know, like, he has plenty to transfer over. He's still mining quite a few resources, but the point stands. All right, Ling Bane going to be engaging off creep here. Infestor did use its fungal earlier, so it does go down. Baneling's going to be rolling into these Marines, and the trade goes okay. I think the Zerg player thinks since he has 3-3, it's now finally time to attack instead of just being bullied. Planetary, going to be under fire from some Lings. The Planetary does not have building armor, so you will be able to see it go down rather quickly. Fungal going down the Marauders. Fungal more effective usually than 3-3 Cracklings pretty much. That's Stim taking out a couple extra Marauders. And this trade was the first favorable trade for the Zerg player in quite a while. Losing the Infestor is not that great, but generally speaking, once you have 3-3, you do start to trade very well. Morling Bane being produced. Now, what else is on the tab? Finally, a Greater Spire coming out from our Zerg player here. Creep being respread. Now, NIco finally taking out that one avenue of creep that hasn't been touched in a couple minutes. Has been making its way into his face. Rebuilding his 5th command center. I would have liked to see him lift his main over, and that's exactly what he's doing. Smart, very smart young individual. Now, he's stepped a little too far on creep, and this engagement went very well for the Zerg player, getting most of the Marines and a couple ghosts. An even trade is always a good trade for the Zerg. Both those Widow Mines finally not hitting on something. Groovy not taking the mine shots to the face for once in his life. All right. Most of the production being used for NIco here. Still making Marine Marauder. He has not scouted what the tech choice will be. He hasn't seen any mutas in a while, so he should be a little worried about the hive tech. Cloak coming out here for these ghosts. Now, there is a massive bioforest moving back up the same path that has been used this entire game. Now, on the field, there are currently 5 Corruptors, 3 more on the way. A couple Banelings rolling in. Going to be able to take out all of these burrowed mines, and the mines take out Marauders. Morling Bane comes in. The Corruptors are here to clean up the Medevacs. The Medevacs are full of bio, so they will manage to clean this up. And now this trade is finally a good trade for the Zerg player. 4K loss for the Terran, 2K for the Zerg. Another bio squad in the middle of the map, trying to clean up that creep. The last bastion of Brenda alive, respreading it for her kind, the kind that died oh so in vain. Zerglings and Banelings engaging in the middle of the map. Off creep, not quite as good of an engagement, but I think the Zerg player will take anything at this point. He realized he killed a 5th base and that he should be somewhat economically ahead. Now, the production's still coming out. I would like to see NIco take this bottom right corner base. The Zerg player has not checked that corner not once in this map. And on the production tab, we have the tech, the hive tech that's been ready for 13 minutes but has not been used, the Broodlords. Some more infestors on the way, probably to lock some of those marines in place because NIco tends to stay on a very basic army. A nuke coming out, nuclear arsenal. Get ready. Creep being halted in the middle of the map here. Where did our one creep spreader go? There she is. The Widowmine's being dealt with in the middle, and Broodlord's being shown for the first time. NIco, I think he's going to panic the moment he realizes. The moment he sees Broods, I feel like he's going to not wish he had so many Marauders. Now, there should be Vikings started on the tab as well as Thors immediately. And the Broodlords are going to start pushing forward. We have the Infestors as well as some creep spread. Terran player finally establishing a new base. And I don't think this will go very well. I think NIco realized the Broodlord push would probably be too much. And at the end of the day, I ended up taking the game. This is a very intense game. My Muto control was pretty garbage. Pretty mediocre at best. Both of us were playing well above our average APM. So, very well played to my friend NIco. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this shot at casting. And if you did, please do hit that subscribe button to the channel. All that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.